Hi! I think I'm on. Hi, everybody. I'm Sara Haley. I'm so glad that you are joining me today. Forgive me for any technical difficulties. This is my first time doing a live stream as well, so I'm really glad that you're all here. Just to give you a little background on who I am, my name is Sara Haley. I am originally from Chicago and lived in New York for 10 years and moved out to Santa Monica, California, right outside LA, a year ago and had a baby. So my son celebrated his first birthday yesterday. And I'm sure the big reason that you all are here is during my pregnancy, I created this DVD called Expecting More. And it's my daily sweat pregnancy fitness program for all 9 months of your pregnancy. And I'm hoping that you all have lots of questions for me today about the DVD. But what I want to begin with is to give you a little history of why I created the DVD in the first place, because that's probably the question I get asked the most. So I have been a trainer and a group fitness instructor since 2000, well, technically, actually, since 1998. I started teaching a little bit in college, and I am now 33 years old. And I have trained mostly women my entire career. I think that's who's drawn to me. I'm a petite woman. I'm about almost 5'1", weigh about $105, and so women are drawn to me. Although I do train quite a few men as well. But as I started training women, they of course started getting pregnant, and I didn't want to lose them. So I became certified prenatal and postnatal so that I could work with them through their pregnancies. And what I heard from a lot of them was the fact that they could do more than they thought they could, or more than they read that they could. And I was able, with my training and working with them, to give them things that maybe they didn't think they could do in the first place, because they had already been working out with me at a harder level. So we've got lots of products out there that are great for the beginner person who maybe gets pregnant and goes to the doctor, and the doctor recommends that they go do a prenatal workout or prenatal DVD. And so we've got some really basic training videos that are out there for pregnancy, and they're wonderful, and they cater to that audience. And then we've got tons and tons, I'm sure, as some of you have seen, prenatal yoga, which is wonderful in itself, and it has a great place in pregnancy, right? It helps prepare you for labor. It teaches you breathing techniques. Prenatal classes are great. Prenatal yoga classes are great because you can go and form a community and be with other pregnant women. But what I found was that there was nothing out there on DVD where people can work out at home for the person who was already working out prior to their pregnancy and was healthy and fit. And we need something, right? Those people who are working out at a little bit higher level still need something that's going to cater to their pregnancy and make them feel healthy and make them feel whole and entertain them. And so that's what I developed. I developed a really well-rounded program. There's 6 different workouts and 2 DVDs. And you get this wonderful calendar, too, that will help guide you through all 3 trimesters. So I'm hoping that some of you will shoot out some questions that you have regarding the DVD and also regarding prenatal fitness in general or postnatal. I am a 1-year mom, which is super exciting, and I had to get my body back in shape too. I tell people this is a great program to keep you fit and healthy, but it is by no means a weight loss program. That is not the point to pregnancy at all, and definitely not to my DVD. This is to keep you healthy and fit. I gained 30 to 35 pounds with my pregnancy, and that was doing the video and eating really well and following my doctor's suggestions. So you're still going to gain the healthy amount of weight that you need to have a healthy baby. This is just here to help keep you motivated along the way and help keep all those muscles strong that you not only need for pregnancy, but more importantly, you're going to need postnatal. And I'm sure, as most of us would like, to be able to bounce back really quick from our pregnancy. So you can even use this postnatal. I was in New York last week and got to see one of my old clients who had a baby 9 weeks ago. And she said, "What can I do?" And I said, use this DVD to help you get back in shape as well, as long as you don't mind staring at a pregnant person. And while I'm thinking of that, that was the other reason that I created this DVD is so many of the prenatal workouts that I had viewed were either with a pregnant person that wasn't a trainer, or it was with a trainer and a pregnant person. So here's the skinny trainer working with the pregnant woman. And I know when I was pregnant, that's the last thing that I wanted to see. I wanted to see somebody like me that was pregnant and had the same struggles and going through the same thing that I was going through. That was really, really important to me. So in this DVD, I'm actually almost 8 months pregnant, which really was an accident in itself. We were hoping to film it around 6 months, and that was during the holidays, and we were, as projects go, getting things together still, and it was pushed out to 8 months, and I'm really proud to say that I was able to do these workouts all the way up through the end of my pregnancy. That was a really cool thing. So send in your questions. Also, if you're tweeting or Facebooking as we're doing this, please feel free to friend me at Sara Haley Fit is both my Facebook and my Twitter, SaraHaleyFit. And if you're Twittering along, please feel free to hashtag expecting more at the end of that so that we can all follow along with each other and hopefully make some new friends, because I know there's quite a few of you on here. And I believe almost all of us are mommy bloggers, so it's a great little community I know that we're all part of. So send in your questions, but I'll let you know in the meantime what is on the DVD, okay? So you've got 6 different workouts, and 3 are essentially cardio-based, and 3 are conditioning, sculpting, toning based. And cardio is really hard to come by on prenatal DVDs because everybody's at their own level. So my number one thing that I encourage everyone to do when they're pregnant, and honestly when they're not, is you have to listen to your body and do what it's telling you that day. In some ways, being pregnant can be kind of like an injury, right? When you have a knee injury, you wake up that day and say, "How's it doing? Can I run on it today? Do I need to cross train today? Do I need to lay low?" And the same thing when you're in your certain stages of pregnancy, you have to wake up and say, "What can I do today?" And if you are lucky enough to feel great every day during your pregnancy, I have a calendar in here that will tell you exactly what to do. So, what are your different options? You've got 6 different workouts. Your first one is, and this is actually in no particular order, you've got sweat sport. This is my husband's favorite workout. You're doing all sorts of athletic training and sports conditioning exercises, and I cater them to the pregnant woman. What's the biggest thing? Well, your BPMs, your beats per minute, are a lot slower, so you're going to be moving at a different pace. I found that out because when I was frustrated with pregnancy DVDs and not finding what I needed, I stuck in a couple of regular DVDs, cardio fitness DVDs, and they were way too fast for what I needed in my body, right? Because you get to a certain size and you can't move as fast as you originally were, and if you do, your heart rate might go up a little too high. So that's your sweat sport. It's really, really fun. I've got 2 women behind me that are working out who are just about a month behind me. I'll give them a little shout out. I've got Jada and Allie behind me, and they were both, I think, 5 months and 6 months deep in their pregnancy. And we're all working at different levels. We're all doing things in different ways. Some of it has to do with our fitness level, right? I mean, you want to continue doing what you were before at a moderate level for you. So what is that? It just depends on what you were doing prior, and what feels good in your body. And then also, and I think this will be really apparent when you see the 3 of us working, it's how you're carrying. So I carried way out in front, which made things like running get uncomfortable pretty fast for me. Where if you're carrying out to the sides, maybe things that are moving sideways, like shuffling and jumping jacks, might not feel as good to you. I was doing jumping jacks at a slower level, at a slower pace, all the way up until I gave birth, because that felt really good. Moving side to side lunges and shuffling, that all felt really good to me. because I had a really good sense of balance, and because I was carrying so far out in front, moving side to side was really the best option for me. So sweat sport, right? I'm kind of all over the place here, but I want to get as much information to you as possible. Sweat sport is about 30 minutes. You've got 20 minutes to learn what you're doing, and then there's an ending section that I call performance time. And it's the time where you are just there to move and breathe and feel good. And I call it performance time because I find with all my clients, pregnant or not, that if you can perform the movement, you will really get the most extension and the most out of the best quality movement that you could possibly get out of your workout. The other reason performance time is on there is sometimes I know we get a little bored having to relearn the routines over again. And if you're doing this workout throughout your entire pregnancy, which I hope that women will, eventually what they can do is do the warm-up, go straight to performance time, and then cool down. And then really all you have to do is work out for about 15, 20 minutes. And I know during your pregnancy, sometimes that will be the case. So I hope that women will use performance time to their advantage. The other workout that also has performance time is called sweat funk. My background is in dance and choreography, which is why I can get really creative sometimes. And sweat funk is my personal favorite because I love to dance for one. But there's some really, really fun movements in sweat funk. And it's for everybody. I break it down. It's choreography that anybody can learn, and you're moving at a slower pace for pregnancy. And I will give you a sneak peek at one of my moves. It's my favorite. It's called Don't Touch My Baby, which any of you who've had babies know that everybody wants to put their hands on your stomach when you're pregnant, and sometimes you don't always want them to. So this move, it's a little tap side to side. Pretend I have a big belly, right? Your hands are on your belly, and you got this little groove going to it, and it's called Don't Touch My Baby. So it'll help you remember the moves, and it's just really fun, and I'm sure as a pregnant woman, you'll get a big kick out of it because it happens to all of us at least once. So you've got sweat sport, you have sweat funk. Sweat funk is about 30 minutes as well, 20 minutes to learn the routine, and then you've got that 10-minute performance time chunk where you can just, again, once you get really comfortable with the movement, put on your warm-up, do your performance time, cool down, and be done with your workout. The third cardio workout is called Synergy. And it's a lot of cardio, but it's also a lot of conditioning as well. For those of you who train regularly, you may have heard the term interval training. And when you're not pregnant, what that is it's kind of a roller coaster ride for your heart, right? And most people who've choreographed these type of workouts, trainers, fitness instructors, or maybe yourself if you're creating your own workouts, it'll be something like a cardio move. So maybe let's just use something basic like jogging in place. And you'll do that for about 30 seconds. And then you'll bring your heart rate down and maybe do something a little bit lower. Maybe it's some squats to kind of bring down your heart rate. A slower movement. And then we'll pump it back up into maybe jump rope and bring it back down and do some push-ups. Something like that. And so when you're pregnant, you probably don't want to work at that kind of extreme level, right? So what I'm calling it is intermittent training, and it's a word that we use in the fitness industry. So opposed to interval training like this, intermittent is a little bit of a softer ride, and very manageable when you're pregnant, very safe when you're pregnant. So in Synergy, you use a chair, a really supportive chair, and free weights, and we do fun cardio moves that, although all the moves last between 30 and 90 seconds each, and then you always get about 15 seconds of recovery in between, where I encourage the pregnant woman to really drink water, stay hydrated. It's so important always, but especially when you're pregnant. And then we go into a sculpting move. And Synergy is really fun because all of the moves are related back to pregnancy or motherhood. So for instance, I have a exercise called peekaboo, a cardio exercise, and I hope you all can see me. This chair is not safe to work out with. This is a mobile chair. You want to get a really solid chair to work out with, especially while you're pregnant. But I'm not pregnant anymore, so I'm going to show you with this one because since it's at my computer. And it's a plie squat. So since you can't really see me behind the chair, I'll move my camera here, right? A plie squat, the hips are nice and wide and open. It's a sumo squat, a great exercise for opening up your hips for pregnancy as well. And in the workout, we're behind the chair, so you can have the chair here for balance. You can either step out side to side, right? And do peekaboo, right? There's the inspiration, peekaboo. Or if you feel comfortable, if adding a little hop to it is something that you're comfortable for, you can go peekaboo and come in and peekaboo and come in. So that's an example maybe of one of our cardio type moves. You do that enough, your heart rate will rise. And I tell my pregnant women, you want to always be able to talk to somebody. And that's why you know it's safe, because I am talking all through this workout, all through the entire workouts of Expecting More. So if you can do that as well at home, then you know you're in a really safe place. And I mean a conversation where you're able to actually converse, not, right? That's way beyond the level that we want to go to when we're pregnant. If you're not, then you need to go there because you can. And then the other thing is you just want to be careful of your body temperature, making sure that you don't get too hot. You can get warm and sweaty, and that's where I think there's a misconception. You can still sweat when you're pregnant. You can still get warm. You can feel cozy. You can feel good. You can feel inspired. You just don't want to go to a super hot level where you aren't feeling hydrated and unsafe. So that's Synergy. You want to see, let me show you one more move from Synergy, which is, let's do airplane, right? When we have our babies, we like to play airplane and use our triceps under here. So there's a move where we go on the chair, and you can go on your knees if needed. But a lot of us will be able to go on the feet, and we are just going to balance here, keeping our triceps nice and strong. And then if they're ready to bump it up, which is my cue for those people who are willing to go a little farther, then they can take themselves down and back up, and down and back up. And you can also modify that on your knees and just take yourself towards the chair and back up. Okay? Or my other favorite, I'm a big fan of working the triceps, right? As women, we have a lot of estrogen in our body, and guess where a lot of that estrogen is stored? It's in our triceps. So there's a reason that's a really hard spot to tone. Okay, so get up is my favorite tricep dips. You're here because you always want to be able to get up out of that chair as a pregnant woman. You don't want to be this woman, right? Oh, no, I can't get up. Well, if we strengthen those triceps and your shoulders and keep your core strength strong, you'll be able to get out of that chair. Because A, you'll probably keep your weight down a little bit, and B, you'll be a lot stronger. Cool, I'm just checking here to see if you all are bringing any questions. And I hear that you're on Twitter talking about it, which is awesome. If you have any questions, though, for me that you want answered, please go onto that viewer chat. Or I'll have some of my team check on Twitter as well and see if any of those questions are coming in as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, no, I am seeing that somebody is asking about Kegels. Oh boy, that's an open door for me because I could talk all day about Kegels. Now, we don't talk enough about them. Why? Personally, I feel like it's because part of it is it's not a very sexy word, right? It sounds so medical and impersonal and scary, right? But it's so important for us as women, pregnant or not. And I actually encourage all of you who are thinking about having kids, are pregnant, or have had kids to Kegel your brains out. So essentially, what are we talking about? We're talking about your pelvic floor muscles. And if I can go deep here and just be blunt with everybody, it's the muscles that not only stop you from urinating, okay, but it's also the muscles that are going to stop you from passing gas. So there's a lot of muscles down there that we need to squeeze. Now, the key is, can you activate them? Can you squeeze them and control them without tightening your buttocks or your glutes and your abs at the same time? So can you really just go deep and keep it small, right? And I have a lot of people telling me, oh, when I do that, it kind of turns me on, which actually are the right muscles. So that's a really good reason to be doing them, right? It'll help you with your sex life, which is a secret that we don't always tell. But more importantly, it's going to help you recover faster from your pregnancy. I can be really honest in saying I was in the best shape of my life before I got pregnant, right? Externally, my body was tight and strong, and I credit that a lot to how I was able to bounce back really quick. My abs have come back. I'm really happy with how everything bounced back. The one thing that didn't bounce back as fast for me was internally. And I believe 100% that that is because I was not doing those exercises as much as my plank and my push-ups and my squats prior to being pregnant. If I had had those muscles strong to begin with, and I had a weak bladder to begin with, then it would have carried over. That said, I feel great now, and it's all because of the Kegels. So do them, do them, do them. If what I told you before doesn't help you at all, maybe think of your pelvic floor as a handkerchief, and you want to pull all four corners of the handkerchief up and in. Okay, that will really help. In the video, I speak to Kegels, and I also speak to the idea of when you're pregnant of hugging your baby closer to your spine. And that really helps you activate, because when you're pregnant, it's hard to think of your abs tightening because your abs disappear. And then it's hard to hear somebody say, pull your navel closer to your spine, because your belly button eventually disappears, right? So if you can think of when you're pregnant of that baby being held closer to your spine, it'll help you engage here and keep you really strong and healthy all around when you're pregnant. Because when we speak about your core, it's not just your abs. It's really from your chest to your hip bones and all the way around. So we need to keep all those supporting muscles really strong so that we can have a great labor and a great bounce back. Sneaking a peek at some questions. Oh, are there any exercises that you feel you shouldn't do while pregnant? A great question, right? A common question, and I feel like a lot of different answers are floating around out there. I will tell you this, in my DVD, any exercises that are unsafe during pregnancy are just gone, okay? And I'll speak to those real quick. After 20 weeks, doctors recommend, trainers recommend that you don't lay flat on your back anymore, because when you do this, you could cut off the blood flow to the fetus, which would obviously not be a good thing. So we don't do any exercises in expecting more flat on our back ever, okay? And yes, it's the 20-week mark is really it. So if you're in your first trimester and you're still doing crunches and you're still doing sit-ups and you're still lying flat on your back a lot and doing chest presses and things like that, are you fine? Yes. I wanted a system that you could use through your entire pregnancy and not have to worry about that. So I just cut them out and found other ways for you to work. My other feeling too is you want to be doing those exercises the right way from the beginning of your pregnancy, because it's only going to get harder the bigger you get and the farther along you are and the more oxygen your baby is stealing from you. So you might as well learn how to do it right from the beginning, right? So if you can even stick in this video before you're pregnant and learn how to do all these things, woo, you're going to coast. Crunches. There are no crunches in my DVD. Yes, I can say this is partly because you should probably no longer be doing crunches once you're in your second trimester as well. But the honest answer is I'm not really a fan of crunches in general. Plank is so much more effective. So plank, what is plank? It's the top of a push-up. I'll show you real quick. Can you see me? Right? I'm in the top of a push-up. Now you can see my whole body. Hands and shoulders in line. You can also do this down on your forearms. Yes, I'm at home, just like all of you are. Plank will activate everything. You're going to have to squeeze your butt, especially when you're pregnant, because you're not able to recruit your abdominals as much probably. You're going to squeeze your butt. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're going to activate all of your abdominal muscles. So plank is just a better way to go. And I have lots of variations on the DVD that I'll help you with. Some are on all fours. I call it the extended crawl, right? And it's a really good to get used to being down on all fours. If you haven't had a child yet, you will soon be spending a lot of time down there, and you want to feel good down there. You want to make sure you don't have any lower back pain or anything like that. So I hope that answered some of your questions with exercises that you shouldn't do while you're pregnant. The other thing I will say is the general rule, as I mentioned before, was do things at a moderate level for you. Also, you don't want to start anything brand new when you're pregnant. So, what does that mean? Obviously, this DVD is brand new to you. You didn't have the DVD before you were pregnant. What this means is if you were not a runner prior to pregnancy, you don't want to all of a sudden be pregnant and be like, oh, I think that this is a good time for me to really go out for a run, right? If you were running prior to being pregnant, your body is used to it, your body is ready, your heart is used to it, your heart is ready. You can continue to jog at a moderate level for you. I'm guessing the majority of people that are going to get this DVD are people that have been working out or big DVD fans, right? So if you've been doing things like conditioning your body and you've been doing body sculpting, if you've been doing cardio, aerobics, dance, sports drills, any of those type of things, this is going to be a great DVD for you. That said, I have modifications all over this DVD. So not only do I teach things at a pace that's appropriate, but you also have lots of options on this DVD. So it's catered to the person who's fit and healthy prior to their pregnancy, but really anybody can do it. I'm also seeing on here, would you suggest a strict eating habit of certain foods, or just mainly working out while pregnant to get that strength? Well, the only thing that's going to get you stronger is working out. Do I recommend going on a strict diet when you're pregnant? No. No. What I do recommend is not pulling the pregnancy card and saying, I can eat whatever I want. I actually probably ate the healthiest I've ever eaten during my pregnancy because I was much more conscious of getting in all the food groups. I was much more conscious of eating when my body told me to, stopping when I was full because eventually I got a lot of heartburn because I was riding so far in front and so high. I got a ton of heartburn. So heartburn will cue you in real quick. You are full. You are done, right? And my body craved. I'm not a huge dairy person in general, but my body craved dairy when I was pregnant, and then I listened to those things. And really, right? The stats say we only need about extra 250 to 300 calories during our second and third trimester. And depending on how much you're working out, that's going to be different for you. I found out, I was working out probably less than I had been when I was pregnant. So I was already burning less calories. I want to get back to what's on the DVD because I lost track. I gave you all of the cardio ones. I gave you Sweat Funk and Sweat Sport and Synergy. Let's talk about all the strength conditioning and the feel good movement that's on the DVD as well. I have Sweat Strong Up and Sweat Strong Down. What do those mean? Well, Sweat Strong Up is all standing with free weights. It's only 20 minutes. It's going to hit you up in all the areas that you need to stay strong for your pregnancy. It's going to work a lot on your leg strength, and it teaches you how to initiate movement from your lower body. I had zero. This is crazy, and I have to brag about it because it's the one thing I do brag about. I had zero back pain when I was pregnant. Zero. And I haven't heard that from most people. And I think it was because my core strength was so strong prior to being pregnant, and then I kept it up during my pregnancy. So there's a lot of work on there that teaches you how to initiate movements from your legs so you're not bending down like this all the time, but you're using your legs to get down. And then lots of exercises to keep your back nice and strong. Lots of rows. We've got some chest work in there. And then, of course, for our vanity, I preach that this DVD will keep you strong, it'll make sure you have fun, and then it'll keep you feeling sexy. So as a woman, I know we want our triceps and we want our biceps to be nice and toned and slim, right? So this pregnancy DVD is catered to that. It's catered to making you feel good about being pregnant because that's what I know I wanted. I wanted to feel like a real woman, and I happen to be pregnant, and I guess I'm creating this amazing thing, and I hope maybe my son will come down in a little bit, and you can meet him. But I wanted to feel sexy and pregnant at the same time, right? It's possible. It's possible. And part of it was continuing to move. And then the final workout on the DVD, which I've gotten a lot of great feedback on, is so sorry. It's not even my phone. Is called Salutations. This is my version of prenatal yoga. I did do some prenatal yoga when I was pregnant, but what I found for me was I liked what it was all about, but I just needed a little bit more movement. I needed to move just a little bit more. And so that's what Salutations is. Salutations is your time to feel good about your body and to feel good about your baby. Oh, I'm just getting word that my son is asleep, so you won't get to meet him. He went down for his nap. But if you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, I guarantee you'll get to see him. If you even go back a few tweets or a few messages, you'll get to see his little birthday dance. He's a dancer. Surprise, surprise. But anyway, Salutations is your workout to do on your day off, where you just want to feel like you did something, but you want it to be a little bit slower. You want it to feel good. You want to maybe be a little more in touch with your baby. The video is actually funny. When I was filming it, Landon, that's my son's name, Landon, he actually kicked in the middle of the video. So we have a little bonding moment in there for all of you who are working out with me and feeling the effects of baby. So that's it. Sweat Sport, Sweat Funk, Synergy, Sweat Strong Down, Sweat Strong Up, Salutations. Total, there's over 230 minutes of material on that DVD that you can mix up throughout your entire pregnancy. Peeking at some more questions that are coming in. Oh, cute. No back pain. I know. So I'm getting some feedback on the no back pain thing. Crazy. Do these workouts. Keep your body strong. I cannot ask enough of people in terms of getting in the best shape that you can, if you have this luxury, getting in the best shape you can before you have your baby, before you get pregnant, before you even get pregnant. And I say have that luxury because I know a lot of us get pregnant way sooner than we thought, or we get pregnant without knowing it, and that happens. But if you have the opportunity to plan your pregnancy, get in the best shape of your life. It'll make your pregnancy easier. It'll help you bounce back quicker. It's so important. The other thing, and again, I'm kind of like an open book. Because I did these, not only did I not have any back pain, but zero constipation, which is the other thing I hear my pregnant clients complain about a lot is constipation. You stay healthy, you eat the right foods, you work out, you're not going to have any of that happening. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. By the way, I do have to mention my favorite water to drink now and during my pregnancy is Hint. I don't know if you've tried it, but there's 0 preservatives in it, and it has just enough of a taste to make it feel like something other than plain water. When you said he kicked, did you feel like exercising helped your baby after? Yes, my baby is my son. He's super fit and strong. He started crawling around 5-6 months, and then he started walking around 9-10 months, and now he turned a year yesterday, and I feel like talking is just around the corner, and I feel like he's gonna run. He's gonna start running away. I'm sure those of you who have older children feel my pain, but yeah, he can sometimes be a workout in itself. That said, I mean, he was born at a really healthy weight. I'm not sure, maybe that's what you're asking as well. He was born at 8.5 pounds, which in my little body was a lot, and which is a lot of the reason that I had some decent, post-recovery work to do with my pelvic floor. Is he was a big baby for me, but really healthy, really strong, love of my life. On a side note, I was never a baby person. I lived in New York, and I kept pushing it off, and because I was scared. I was super scared of being a mom. I didn't know if I would like it, and I love it. It's changed my life. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, and I'm sure so many of you totally know where I'm coming from, right? And if I say any more, I'll get emotional. Those of you who know me, I'll get emotional, so we'll leave it at that. Do you feel like I'm reading some questions? Oh, thanks. I'm getting some compliments on people who've had the DVD already. Thanks, you all. I'm getting some good feedback that people have been doing it for a few days or a few months, and they're feeling great. So thanks for all the feedback. Good. So what else do I have to tell you? Well, there's lots of different things that this DVD caters to, and one of them is I know a lot of women feel like their balance is sometimes off during their pregnancy. And so we use a chair during Synergy, and I talk a lot about baby balance. Unlike some trainers who decide, and a lot of trainers just decide, we're not going to do balancing exercises when people are pregnant. I kind of feel the opposite way. When you're done and you've got this new baby, you have to make sure that you can maintain your balance. And so you're still going to have all those hormones in your body, and that's the technical reason why our balance is off. We've got this influx of hormones in our body that loosen our ligaments and joints, and that's why our balance is sometimes off. Our center of gravity just completely changes with the weight gain and the hormones. But I'm a strong believer in working on that balance. So we use a chair to help us. We do a lot of exercises that are core centric and will really help you get back on track. Before I forget, because we are running out of time, I hope nobody's logged off. Before I forget, I hope you see the top that I have on. This is from one of my favorite new brands called Prism Sport, Prism Sport, Sport.com. If you go onto their website, so prismsport.com, you can see this top. So I hope you guys are seeing it. I'll give you a hint. There's lots of dots. If you go on and you find the top and you tweet to me, so you tweet to Sara Haley Fit the exact name of the top. So I want to know what the design is called. The first person to do that, Prism Sport is going to send you a fun pair of shorts to work out in. These are so great. It's not necessarily this design. They don't make this design anymore. I think you'll actually get to pick it out. So whoever tweets to me first, I'll direct message you and get your information so that we can send you a pair of their shorts. So go on to Prism Sport, friend them and like them, and then tweet to me. So Sara Haley Fit, SaraHaley Fit. Sara Haley Fit, tweet to me the name of this top, okay? And we'll get you a pair of those shorts. The other thing that you can do to get some fun shorts is if you go on my website, if you go on sarahaley.com, and you guys, mommy bloggers, send this out to your people. If they want to go do it and win the free shorts, they can do it as well. If you go on to sarahaley.com, I have a pair of Prism Sport pants on. They're so hot. They're awesome. These are in my post-pregnancy pictures, okay? So don't look for pregnant Sarah. Look for post-pregnancy Sarah. And there's an awesome pair of pants that you'll both see on my website and on Prism Sport. And if you tweet those out, I'm sorry, for this one I want you to Facebook it. Yeah, find us on Facebook and name the pair of pants. Name the pair of pants that you see there. And maybe my people, they'll chat this out to you as well. So we'll chat this out to you so that you can remember to do it and so you're not confused. So one more time, find this top. Tweet to me at Sara Haley Fit the name of the top. Remember to do hashtag expecting more, okay? Hashtag expecting more. And then Facebook the name of the pants. Facebook me. It's Sara Haley Fit as well. Facebook the name of the pants that I have on my website, and we'll get you a pair of really cool Prism Sport shorts. The material is awesome. If you go on their site, there's so many cool different kinds of designs that I've never seen anywhere else. And it's really comfortable, super comfortable, and soaks up all the sweat so that I feel like I can go to brunch afterwards, which is great. Some more questions coming in. Oh, does exercising through my pregnancy prepare me for the labor process? Goodness, yes. It always makes me laugh when I hear people say, try not to do too much core work during your pregnancy. Okay, yes, lay off the sit-ups. But here's the deal. And those of you guys who have had a baby vaginally, you know what I'm talking about. you basically go up into a crunch, right? Depending on how you're delivering, right? We can deliver in all different positions, but you're basically going up into a crunch and pushing that baby out, right? So you've got to have the core strength. You have to have the strength period to get through it. You have to have the endurance. You have to have the stamina, which is why cardio is so important. Okay? And for some reason we get pregnant and all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, let's just lay off the cardio." And so many false information is out there. 140 beats per minute. Don't let your heart rate get above that. ACOG doesn't even preach that anymore. The College of Obstetricians and Gynecology, they don't even preach that anymore. Why? 140 beats per minute is different for everybody. I'm like my heart rate at 140 is totally different than yours and yours and yours. We're all going to be in different places. So that's why you really have to regulate yourself. What is moderate for you? Can I talk right now? Do I feel comfy and cozy? Yes, I can sweat, but I'm not going to get so extremely hot that I, need to go sit down. Listen to your body. I can't preach it enough. So, should Landon be expecting more siblings? Will I have more? Yes. And I actually hope to start trying soon, but I need to put out a DVD for post for all of you. The questions now I'm getting from a lot of people are, how did you get your body back? So I want to give you that. So I'm going to be shooting here hopefully in the next month or two some workouts that help me get back in shape, but not only are for post-pregnancy, but for any of you that are looking to lose, the last 10 plus whatever pounds that you need to use. I'm going to be filming a couple of different workouts that you can use in post and use it to get your body back, or use it to shed those last 5 pounds, or use it to get you started and lose 20 plus pounds, whatever it is that you need. The methods that I'll be putting on those DVDs are ones that I believe in 100%. So a couple more things before we wrap up. I do want to give a shout out to my 2 partners on this DVD. Anna Kaiser. She's an amazing trainer that helped choreograph these workouts with me. She trains Kelly Ripa. She trains Sarah Jessica Parker. She's an awesome, awesome chick. Find her on Twitter too, AKT in Motion. She's awesome. And then my other partner, Tim Lambertson. We could not have done the DVD without you. He was a big producer on the DVD. And so thank you to my 2 friends that helped me put this amazing program together. If you like the DVD, if you've had fun on this chat, here's what I want you to do. I'm the first person to do this. I'm going to send you some of my favorite products. Hints. I've got my Lalo beads and my TheraPearl ice and hot packs that I love. I'm going to send you guys a whole bunch of fun stuff. So here's the deal. Where are you going to find this? You're going to find this either on the DVD that you already got or on my website, sarahaley.com. You have to tweet me and you have to Facebook me, okay? The first person who does both and gives me the 6 different workouts that are on the DVD. So actually, if you were watching this live stream and you were taking notes, you probably already have them down on paper. So Facebook and tweet it. You got to do both for this one, okay? Because I'm going to send you a bunch of stuff. And I will message you back and get your information, and we'll send you some great products. So I want to hear from you on Twitter and on Facebook. #expectingmore. The 6 different workouts that are on my DVD. You get all 6 right, and you're the first person to do it, I'll send you a big treat bag. Okay? I'm going to check in for any last minute questions. Oh, what helped me stay so motivated to stay fit? Okay. Yes, I had the advantage. I was filming this DVD, so I knew that was coming. That said, what can you do for yourself? This is what I tell everybody, whether you're pregnant or not. There is a reason that celebrities, that athletes, that performers have these rock solid bodies, okay? They perform all the time, right? Whether they're on the basketball court, whether they're at Madison Square Garden, whether they know they have to walk the red carpet the next day, they're going to be on camera, and they know that. So, of course they stay beautiful during their pregnancies, right? Of course they are motivated to stay fit because they know they have all these opportunities ahead of them. So maybe you need to do that for yourself. If not just the thought is workable for you. If not just the thought of I want to be a fit and healthy mom and I want to have a really healthy child and I want to have a great comeback afterwards, if that's not enough, which for a lot of us it isn't, then maybe schedule a photo shoot for yourself, right? Why not? Or maybe say I'm going to put myself on camera in that 8th month and I want to be really proud of what I look like. I want to be really proud, more importantly, of how I feel. I want to be really proud of, oh my gosh, and I'm going to get emotional. I want to be really proud of all the effort I put in. And I want to be really proud of just being a fit and healthy mom. Perform, 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 perform. When you do these workouts, pretend you have a camera on yourself. That's really part of performance time, like I mentioned before. In sweat sport and sweat funk, we have that there at the end to just put it all out there and feel good. And when you perform and you are moving that exuberantly with that much inspiration, you're going to get the most out of your workout. So that's what kept me motivated and inspired, was the idea that I was going to give back to all of you and have this product that I wanted available for everybody. But yeah, some of it was vain as well. I wanted to make sure that I could bounce back quickly, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to be extremely healthy. And shoot, I wanted to make sure that I had a really easy labor. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I knew if I stayed strong through my pregnancy, I would be able to make that happen. So thanks to all of you who stayed on a little bit longer. I know this was supposed to be a half-hour live stream, and we're almost pushing to an hour. So thanks for you all who stayed on. If you didn't have a chance to watch the whole thing, it is recorded, and I'm going to try to podcast it out so that you guys can watch it later on. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on Facebook, reach out to me on Twitter, and even go to my website. On my website, I have a community board on there, and you can ask all sorts of questions. You can find other people who are doing the DVD. It's available on Amazon.com, and it's available through my website. So my website will send you to Amazon, so primarily through Amazon.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to my support team here, and I hope that you go and get your daily sweat on and are expecting more out of your workouts. So I'll see you on Twitter. I'll see you on Facebook. Thanks, everybody.